It is great to be here tonight, folks, and as you heard in the video, Jonathan and I go a ways back. And a few people in the audience tonight, including Jonathan and his wife Tina, and my fiance Carolyn McHugh, are a little bit nervous right now, and I don't understand why. I haven't had any alcohol, but I go off script a lot. And I have a microphone and know how to use it. So, you've probably noticed that there is a common thread here tonight. A lot of folks have gone on missions. Well, Jonathan was my mission companion back in the day. We kind of had a different mission than our predecessors up here. If I'm smart, I'll shut up now. That was then, this is now. We've grown a little older. Jonathan has matured a little bit along the way. I am trying. But Jonathan and I have learned the importance over the years of helping others and giving back. Over the years, we have directed our focus and support to various philanthropic causes like the Utah Arthritis Foundation, which is a great cause that seeks to alleviate the severe pain and trials suffered by so many. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy lives to support this effort here tonight. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce tonight a young man who has been my best friend and business partner for over 35 years. As you saw in the video, we met in 1973. I don't remember that far back. We have navigated high school, college, law school, law practice, and the business world together. Tonight, Jonathan is being presented with the Norman and Barbara Tanner Spirit of Service Award in recognition of Jonathan's spirit of volunteerism and passion for helping others. Please join me in welcoming Jonathan. Emma?
In light of that comment, I'd like to thank Cecil and Doug for moderating their comments so that I'd have more time. And of course, it's always nice to be introduced as young, even though that might be stretching the truth a bit. And of course, Emma, thank you. That is beautiful. And I think we might have a budding artist amongst us. I'd like to echo Scott's sentiments by expressing my sincerest thanks to all of you here tonight who have taken time out of your busy schedules to join us for this celebration. And even though we've thanked these people before, I think it's appropriate to join me in thanking all of those at the Utah Arthritis Foundation that have worked so hard to make this event a success. Hold on just a minute. And let's have also another round of applause for Ken Fall and his team at KSL. I really didn't recognize who that guy was on the video. These guys do a great job editing. And also for Dave McCann, who has done a great job this evening emceeing the event. And of course, we can't forget One Voice Children's Choir. So a round of applause for everybody. Now, another question I have is, and I'm still processing it, but how did I get to be on stage with Cecil Samuelson, Doug Matsumori, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But I'm here, so I'm happy. That I am standing here this evening as one of the Utah Arthritis Foundation's honorees is, of course, very humbling, and I'm truly appreciative of this recognition. I believe one's accomplishments in life are a team effort. Naturally, each of us must work hard, must have the commitment, the perseverance, the fortitude, and of course, the good luck to achieve the objectives that are important to us. But we really don't live up to our true potential without the support and engagement of others. That has certainly been true in my life, and it is with that in mind that I would like to thank a few people who have provided me with that support and encouragement. Recognizing, of course, that unless we want to be here till about 11, it's not possible in the time allotted to thank all of those who have made a significant imprint on my life. So I'm going to make this reasonably quick. Okay, so of course, like most of us here who have wives, we start with our wives, and there's a good reason for that. And for my wife, Tina, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your unwavering love and support over the past 32 plus years, without which I would not have been able to pursue my business, political, and social interests. Thank you for helping me grow into a better husband, father, and man. And next, my children. Thank you for showing me the power of unconditional love. To Jared, for revealing the magic of pursuing your passions. To Ashlyn, for demonstrating the importance of conviction in your beliefs. And to Jordan, for proving the intrinsic value of deeply connecting with fellow human beings from all parts of the world and all walks of life. And of course, my mother, Mary. You have taught me many things, including the value of sacrifice. We grew up without much money, although, of course, at the time I had no idea. And yet, because you were so committed to our education, you worked long hours to ensure that my sister and I could attend parochial schools. And of course, I need to thank you for tolerating my teenage years, which were, shall we say, a bit tumultuous. My sister Rhonda, thank you for giving me a hand to hold when times were tough, and for styling my long, wavy teenage locks in the mode of Peter Frampton or Eddie Van Halen. Now, you didn't see that because the pictures are not all that good. If only I could have played the guitar, however, like those guys. And Scott Young, who you've seen in the video and who is up here with Emma, my best friend and business and law partner for well over 3 decades. Now, that's a long time. Thank you for your absolute friendship and loyalty, as well as your occasional antics and comedic relief. That does help. You are really my brother from another mother, and you are and always will be an integral part of my life. We do make a great team, so thank you, Scott. And last, but of course not least, I must thank 2 people who couldn't be here with us this evening. The reasons will become evident in a minute, without whose love and guidance and profound influence I wouldn't be here tonight. There are only 10 pages. We're done with the first one. My grandmother, Grandma Jackson, who passed away almost 15 years ago. Now that'll explain her absence. And Sudhir Amembal, who is alive and doing well, but is currently on a business trip in China. Now, Grandma Jackson was incredibly well-read. During my undergraduate years, we debated a wide range of topics, from business to sociology to philosophy to psychology. You'll hear a bit more about that momentarily, which interaction helped ingrain in me the need to think beyond my present level of knowledge. Grandma Jackson was an advocate of education, and along with my mother, made it clear that from my earliest years at St. Anne's School, college was not optional. I was the first college graduate in my family, and I must have liked it so much that I didn't stop with 1 or 2 or even 3 degrees. My grandparents, as indicated in the video, owned a new and used furniture store at which I worked in high school and in my early college years. I was able to spend precious time with my grandparents while learning how to fix stuff, how to move furniture like carrying hide-a-beds by myself, how to interact with customers, developing sales and negotiating skills, and how to look at business through an entrepreneurial lens. There were occasions, though, when my early college education was combined with my teenage cluelessness to cause simultaneously hurtful and humorous results. One example. During my freshman year at the U of U, I took the standard slate of gen ed classes, including psychology. With my new knowledge, which of course amounted to only a thimbleful, I promptly began psychoanalyzing my grandfather, drawing various conclusions that were, shall we say, rather harsh. Well, after a few weeks of these seemingly constant attacks on his id, his ego, and his superego, Grandpa Jackson had finally had enough and responded with a colorful array of expletives surrounding, "You're fired, you ungrateful know-it-all." Well, stunned, I promptly left the store, drove over to my grandparents' home, and told Grandma Jackson that Grandpa had just fired me. Of course, I was back at work the next day, but only after I had promised to refrain from practicing my budding expertise in psychoanalysis on my poor grandfather. So that's about my foray into the medical world. Moving on to Sudhir. Many know him, some do here. A man of tremendous intelligence, integrity, and inherent business savvy. Sudhir did for me in my professional development what my grandmother, mother, and others had done for me in my personal development. Sudhir was my professor, my boss, my mentor, my client, and my friend. He opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed. He pushed me to expand my skills and reach my true potential that I didn't even know I had. He set an example of excellence, a standard that has served me well in my business and professional life. Without the advice and counsel of Sudhir, I would not have attended law school, and for me, law school and practicing law for 3 years with Par Brown were transformational, changing both the direction and trajectory of my career and my life. Looking back at these major influences confirms the adage that it does take a village to raise a child, but let me suggest that it also takes a village to help the adult that child becomes to continue to grow, develop, and evolve. I thank all of you that have had and continue to have a role in my life, and I will strive to live up to the potential that you would help create. We're here tonight to support the Utah Arthritis Foundation and the good work it does in arthritis education, treatment, and research. Not only is arthritis pervasive in our country, as we've heard earlier, but it can also have debilitating and life-changing effects on those it touches. Those facts have caused me to relate on a deeper level to the Utah Arthritis Foundation and its very important mission to prevent, control, and cure arthritis. Let me personalize this. Many of the relationships that began when I was a young lawyer at Par Brown remain strong today. And one of those lawyers I met long ago is Chuck Mack. Those of you who know Chuck well also know that he is afflicted with rheumatoid arthritis, which has severely limited his mobility. But Chuck nevertheless maintains a positive attitude, reads voraciously, and is more knowledgeable about local, national, and world events than anyone I know. In my conversations with Chuck, I have discerned two important principles that he has adopted as he copes with his new life circumstance, which also apply to other medical conditions and in many respects to life in general. First, we all have challenges in life, and we simply can't ignore them. Rather, we must address and learn from them and not allow them to defeat us. And second, we all need to be assertive and proactive regarding our own health care and management of our condition. We should engage with our healthcare professionals, ask them questions, understand and test their conclusions. We must actively partner with our doctors and other healthcare professionals to achieve the best results. All good advice. Chuck continues to be an inspiration to me and to many others. In closing, I have a simple request that I would like each of you to consider, and that is for each of us to engage in acts of kindness beyond those that we normally do, regarding family members, friends, neighbors, business associates, and just as importantly, strangers. These acts of kindness can include things as simple as a smile, saying hello, asking a person who appears uncertain whether you can help, opening the door for someone, picking up and disposing of trash on the sidewalk. There are innumerable examples. I believe that kindness spreads well beyond the recipient. It creates a positive energy in our community that becomes self-perpetuating. Others who experience or see our kindness will emulate it, and then others will emulate theirs, and so on, so that over time the very essence of our interactions with one another will change. We will in fact become a kinder, gentler nation and world. Let me leave you with the following thought. Let us not focus on who we are or what we do or have done. Rather, let us focus on who we can become and on what we can and should do to make our community, our country, and our world a better place for all of us. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this journey together. Thank you.